Hey everybody, welcome into Northern Life. Thank you so much for starting your week with us. I'm Briggs, we've got Ryan here, and today we also get to welcome Natalie Hoepner to the show.
Yes, thank you for having me, you guys.
It's
very excited.
An honor.
It's an honor for me.
We're rounding out all of the morning show guests, or the co-workers and hosts.
Yeah.
Last but not least, we made it.
Definitely not least.
Not least.
Save the best for last, you could
There
say.
we go.
Oh, sorry, Paul and Mitchell.
I know. It's going to be tough
Just
tough in the newsroom talking to Paul and Mitchell now after that comment. Well, hey, coming up today on Northern Life, Hunter and I got to take a trip downtown, meeting the lovely folks over at Duluth's Best Bread. So we got to try a few desserts out and also learn some German in the process.
Oh my gosh, and met a baby, it looks like too.
Met some awesome kids who also speak German. So they're pretty impressive over there. So can't wait for y'all to see that one.
Cool, it looked like one of those treats was called the Crunchy Munchkin. That I'm interested to see. Plus, we're also going to meet a Canadian photographer who is taking advantage of the cold weather and turning normal, everyday items into frozen sculptures, including some pasta there. Incredible, excited to see it. We've been celebrating a lot of exciting things during the first few months of this show. And Natalie, you have something fun to celebrate too, because you just became an aunt not too long ago.
Yes, yeah, Everett was born in July, and if you're in the newsroom or anyone in the newsroom knows, if there's ever a new picture of Everett, my nephew, I'm like, Briggs, look at this picture, look at this video. So yes, I'm aunt. My sister had a baby, so first time auntie to Everett.
And we've got a first time uncle here too
Yes,
with
I
Ryan.
know.
So you guys should swap some advice.
Mine's just like be a good person, I guess. You know, that's all the advice I have.
Drop the baby.
There you go.
I believe we do have a video of little Everett here that we can
Cute.
show
Yeah, that
off.
was Christmas, his first Christmas.
I mean, look at the little.
Yep, and then I helped him open his gifts. So we have every time I'm home, which is Prior Lake, like 35 minutes, southwest of the Twin Cities, I can't let go of him. Like you have to pull him from my arms.
And I'm sure your sister loves that.
Yeah,
She's probably like, yes,
yeah,
take
she's like,
Everett.
take him, watch him.
Take some time with the young man. I think Adam Lorch too is from Prior Lake.
He is.
Yeah?
He went to the same high
Yeah.
school as me. Yeah.
Shout out Lakers down there.
Yeah.
But what a cute little guy. I mean, I don't know about you, Natalie, but it's like I first time I got to hold my niece, I'm like, whatever you do, just don't drop the baby. That's step one.
Yeah.
And then two, just make the baby happy. However you do that. There's no manual to life as to how to take care of it.
Everett likes the dancing fruits and vegetables. Have you got into that?
I have not. Sounds like a VeggieTales type thing.
It does. It's like on YouTube and there's different fruits and vegetables that jump around and there's music.
We jumped around with that one guy at Miss Meyer's kindergarten class.
The gingerbread man.
The gingerbread man.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. So I could see how babies would like the dancing vegetables and whatnot. So those are very cute photos. So thanks for sharing those with us, Natalie. And guys, I got to spend my weekend watching my friend's dog Pip
that's
again.
right.
Yeah, it's always a fun time watching him because he's such a sweet dog. And we got to hang out a little bit. And what I've learned too during my time with Pip this weekend is that naps with dogs are undefeated.
Nothing better.
When I'm at home by myself and I don't have a dog, the naps are fine. But when I'm laying down on the couch watching Netflix and the dog Pip there is sleeping, to the side and he's having a good time, I'm like, okay, maybe I can relax. And so I feel like an old proud dad when I nap.
Does Pip not hog the couch or the bed?
He hogs the bed pretty good. But he's a snuggly bug, so he's a cute guy. But it was certainly a fun weekend, and my friends also made me some homemade lasagna that I got to make too.
Gosh.
So I was living in luxury.
Did you give Pip a plate too?
I did not, but I did make a little chicken for him. So yeah, we got to enjoy that.
Wow, what a good babysitter.
I tried.
Yeah.
Trying my best out here.
If you're hoping to start your week with a treat from your favorite coffee shop, I think we've all been faced with the flip of the touch screen when you're paying. They're asking for a tip, of course. So is it rude to not tip for coffee? According to people who are chiming in on X, baristas deserve tips when your drink is a little bit more complicated, maybe. If you have to say, none of this, 2 or 5 pumps of that. Yeah, that's me. I'm a little complicated when I go. And the people on X say you don't need a tip when it's just black coffee into a paper cup. Sure, okay, I could see that. You're kind of just pouring it into the cup there. But others say since coffee is getting pricier now, leaving a small tip isn't outrageous.
That is true too. I mean, when you go out to Starbucks or Caribou, you're probably going to spend at least $5.
Yeah.
So
at least,
what's another $1? Because you're not making it at home, you're going out, and that person has to do this and that. They got to do the whole espresso machine. I don't even know how to work that.
Oh my gosh, and baristas too, like they have a hard job. I don't know if you've ever been to a coffee shop on a Saturday morning, but the line not only in the store, but the mobile orders that so many coffee shops are doing now, they are grinding, literally grinding beans, but they're also
literally
just grinding behind the counter, and working hard.
And then you got me in the corner who's like on my phone, and I'm like waiting. I'm like, I promise my name is next.
Brian, Brian, and then you're like, oh.
I swear, and then they're probably stressed because they're like, this guy is waiting in the corner. You got 10 people waiting in front of the desk, like waiting for their coffee too. So it's got to be stressful.
Yeah, tip your baristas.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, hey, going along with the theme of what you should do when you're going out to eat, restaurant workers are sharing the 5 things they wish you would do in order to be a better customer. So here's that list. It includes respecting your reservation if you make one, not lying about allergies if you just don't like an ingredient, not tipping. So if you go out, they're expecting that you have the money to tip them, and don't raise your fingers or don't raise your voice or snap your fingers at a server, and be a little nicer when it comes to posting your experience on social media.
Have you guys ever served?
I have been a busser
restaurant?
before.
Oh, okay.
Fortunately, nobody has ever snapped a finger at me.
No, that's good.
Besides our executive producer, Ben upstairs. I'm just kidding. But,
Have you served? No?
Yeah, I did at a restaurant on Prior Lake down in my
fun.
Yeah.
Any advice for people out there who are going to restaurants?
I mean, obviously that list, I'm very fortunate enough to say no one did anything on this
That's good.
list. I had
Good.
very nice customers, but I mean, servers are so busy, running around, so.
Servers, baristas, everybody's busy.
Coming up, it's time for treats. We're going to take over Duluth's best bread after the break.
Welcome back, everybody. 2 brothers with backgrounds in writing and mathematics have turned their dream into reality here in the Northland. Robert and Michael Lilligard have created a tasty home in the city with Duluth's best bread.
Yeah, and with so many treats to enjoy, we got to visit their downtown location to learn all about their inspiration, their mission, and even some German sayings, too.
Ja, entlang zur Bäckerei.
Ah, that's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is right in the bakery, right?
Senses are tingling. Drooling? I don't want to drool, but I am.
It's because we stand for 3 things: quality, branding, and jokes.
What is Ingrid eating?
Are you eating a crunchy munchkin? Are you a crunchy munchkin? You are what you eat, right?
That's true.
Yeah, the crunchy munchkin is actually named after one of our donors who gave us like over $1,000 to start our second location.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. It's like a circus in my mouth.
Making pretzels? Oh.
This is like a pretzel before it's a pretzel. It's butter, brown sugar, yeast. I think that's regular sugar.
It's the start of the assembly line.
Yeah,
It's like Henry Ford.
They get dipped in lye and then they get baked in that oven.
You guys like sell them out to sometimes like Hoops? I think I've seen.
You know, Hoops isn't carrying. Hoops used to carry them ages ago, but Ursa Minor, Blacklist, Sir Ben's, Boreal, Wild State. You've had them. You've had them.
So you're thinning it out and then like roping it like a lasso.
Tie it like a shoelace, kind of. Kind of. Except not at all.
It's like a shoestring, but not at all. Actually, it's a pretzel. But alright, let's finish the
Those are big pretzels, too.
Yeah,
They call them big fat German pretzels.
Yeah.
still have like 10 more batches.
10 more batches. How many are in a batch?
Maybe like 80.
80 in a batch? So you have to make 800 pretzels today, basically?
Maybe not. We'll think about it.
Probably won't be more. Formerly sponsored by Germany's #1 arm wrestler.
That's fantastic.
And we're now making a series of specialty drinks, and this is one of them with Cocoa Puffs. So yeah, so this is our Nuova Simonelli espresso machine. These are the authentic Cocoa Puffs. Do not cheap out here at Duluth's best bread. It's only quality ingredients.
Bon appetit.
That's perfect for a day when it's snowy and miserable. Chocolatey, warm, whipped cream on top, crunch of the Cocoa Puffs.
Is it coffee-y?
No, it's like chocolatey, and
I feel like it's coffee.
it's not coffee.
I was hopefully busy, but if we're not ready, you might as well help
I taste the coffee, but it's good. I taste the coffee, but that is good.
We just try to stay humble. We just try to stay true to our roots.
Wow.
So what kind is this now?
This is going to be our plain white country loaf. So it's the base of all of our sourdoughs. So the other varieties are just additions to this.
So this is like the.
That's the creme de la creme. It's the best you can get.
Wow. That is tasty.
And we try to be careful with people. We want to make sure, doctors, we have a disclaimer.
Yeah, you gotta have a warning.
It's not right for everybody. Side effects may include euphoria, increased aggression from other people trying to take your bread, and eventually weight gain. Duluth's best bread may be habit forming, especially if you toast it and put butter on it. Please check with your doctor to see if Duluth's best bread is right for you.
Fantastic.
Odds are even your doctor will be in here later. So.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly. You and your doctor go to the same place.
I love that medical advice there. Yeah.
It's good advice. It's good advice. Might cause some weight gain if you're out there, because my golly, are those things good. We have to try so many good things. And one thing my dad always told me is that there's nothing better in the world than bread that comes right out of an oven. Hot bread or good bread is worth the purchase. So they have some good bread down there.
I was busy that day, so I couldn't tag along for the shoot, and I know I was so sad because I love anything from Duluth's Best Bread. But thankfully, these guys brought me back one of the Pop-Tarts, which I've talked about on the show many times. Are quite good.
And about 6 years ago, when I was on the morning show, we went over there and learned how to make croissants in their Lincoln Park area location. And my golly, I've been to Paris before, so I've been fortunate enough to go to Paris. But these croissants at their store, they were something else. They're
Comparable?
I'd say better. Wow. Yeah, they're buttery, they're nice, but my golly, and it's so funny watching, because Hunter 2 is not afraid to be like, hey, I would love to try some samples. I'm like, I better not, intrude. I don't want to, but.
Do you have a favorite breakfasty treat like those?
I would probably say croissant. Almond croissants are probably one of my favorites.
Almond croissants. That sounds good.
A little crunch on it.
Yeah.
A little crunch on the thing.
But I love breakfast. I love breakfast foods.
Favorite meal of the day, breakfast?
Yeah. Well, now that I work the morning show, I have breakfast every day.
It's basically every meal for you is breakfast. Yeah. Well, hey, you can find their downtown location in downtown Duluth, as well as they're also in the Lincoln Park area. Hey, we'll be back after the break with some cold features.
Welcome back. A Canadian man took advantage of the recent extremely cold weather and decided to create some extremely weird frozen food.
And let's just say you won't find these items on any menu or at the local grocery store.
When it's 40 or 50 degrees below zero, you can't blame a guy for taking boiling water and blowing off a little steam, watching it instantly turn into snow and ice. But photographer Joe Chawanik of Alberta, Canada, got a kick out of seeing what other people did. How cold is it? Cold enough to use a banana to pound a nail. Cold enough to beat a frozen shirt like a drum. To turn jeans into a battering ram. So Joe decided to do his own game of, you froze your what off?
The next one was the plate of ramen noodles.
In 60 seconds, the boiled noodles were frozen stiff.
And frozen in time. The Frozen in Time series, I guess I'm calling it.
The next experiment involved placing an egg on a couple of straws and cracking it open. Forget hard-boiled, we're talking frozen solid.
My neighbors were looking out the window and thought I was crazy.
And finally, there was something charming, make that Charmin, about what the severe cold did to toilet paper.
People should make the best of the conditions they're in.
But don't try using it, or you will truly freeze your butt off.
Yeah, no kidding. Those were impressive experiments. I've never seen the ramen one before.
Yeah, the water one is always fun. Throwing the boiling water into the air, that one's always fun.
Yep.
I think my dad's a huge experimenter when it comes to like when you get really cold like that. I think you can like leave a rose outside and it can like peel off super easily.
Oh, that's cool.
But stuff like that, obviously we've been warming up, which is great.
Yeah.
But I wasn't out spending my time last week doing any of those experiments.
No.
Rob Coles just suggested today, actually, that we should take bubbles and blow bubbles and watch them freeze in midair. I've actually never heard of that either. But yeah, Rob's got all the cold weather experiments right up here.
That would be fun. That'd be fun to post on social media too. Well, hey, so you probably all heard about what a polar plunge is, and it usually involves people jumping into water that's been cut out from ice. But for the folks down in North Carolina, they're calling their recent dip in the pool a polar plunge. So even though it was only in the low 30s, so about 800 students at the East Carolina University attended that event. But I don't know if you can call that a polar plunge. I think it's just like a cold bath.
Yeah, because you got to come out and have the cold air, right?
Yeah,
That's part of the polar plunge.
And I mean, like 30s in the air. I mean, for North Carolina, that's probably pretty cold. But at the same time, for the folks up here, we're doing the polar plunge as the Northern News Now team in February, and hopefully that'll be. I mean, I don't hope it's going to be like below zero, but it's obviously going to be a lot colder than the 30s.
I guarantee if I signed up for that, it would be like 30 below that day, and they probably wouldn't cancel.
Yeah.
I would jinx it. Just me signing up. But I don't know. They showed a thermometer on one of the clips there. I don't know if that was the water. Was that the water temperature?
Or the air temperature.
I don't know.
I'd
like to know how cold that water was.
I would like to know. Natalie, you big any winter outdoor activities?
Well, I like skiing. I used to do cross-country skiing in high school,
Wow.
but I haven't cross-country skied up here yet.
Sure.
So I'll have to try it out. But I don't have my own skis, so I'd have to rent some.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I'm sure the folks at home probably got all sorts of trails that you can go out and explore because there are a lot of them.
Yeah.
I tried it once, couldn't get my feet.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It is hard. You got to go flat. It's got to be flat.
No hills. Still ahead, we'll show you what you can expect during tomorrow's blindfold. It's going to be a fun one. We'll show you after the break. Welcome back, everybody. We've just been having a blast this week with the whole morning show crew joining us, staying up a little later maybe than usual. I know some folks go to bed early, right after work. Others stay up late. So, Natalie, thank you for being here. Hopefully you're not too tired.
No, not too tired.
Okay,
Extra cup of coffee, and I'll be good.
Yeah.
Nice.
There you go. A little caribou treat.
Tip your baristas too while you're out.
There you go. Coming up tomorrow on Northern Life, though, Hunter is going to be back from his vacation, so we're excited to hear all about that. And we're going to put him and Ryan through an outdoor scavenger hunt around Canal Park. I set this one up. I had a blast setting it up and watching them do it, so I hope you guys have fun watching them too, because it got interesting. We could say that. Some of the activities were easy and others were a little tougher to complete, and they had a time limit, so we're going to see if they actually got it all done under the window.
It was really fun, but when we do these shoots too and do blindfolds, we have to ask each other, what do I need to wear?
Yeah.
And so I told Briggs said bundle up, and I was like, do I need snow pants? And as he saw Hunter like laying in the snow there, I'm glad I asked, because I put my snow pants on. It made it a little more enjoyable as opposed to what could have happened.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know how to answer that because I was like, I don't want to give too much away.
Don't give it away.
But at the same time, I was like, I don't want him laying in the snow in his dress work pants. We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line, or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.